Good morning, students. Today I will discuss about the different functions and their efficiency and units of primary treatment process. So please come to the topic. And first of all, you have to draw a table. First of all, give the heading that the primary treatment units, their functions and efficiencies primary treatment units, their functions and efficiencies. So this is the heading, and which I will discuss in a tabular form. First of all, put in the first column that purification affected. This is the first column. And the second column, that is process or unit employed. Process or unit employed. This is the second column. And the third column is BOD removal. The third column is BOD removal, which is expressed by in percentage. And the fourth column is removal of suspended and dissolved solids. Removal of suspended and dissolved solids. The fifth one is removal of bacterial load. Removal of bacterial load. It is also expressed by percentage. This is also expected by percentage. And the last one is the disposal of residuals. Please write down disposal of residuals. Okay, so this is the table. This is column number 1. This is column number 2. This is column number 3. This is 5, and this is column number 6. So by these 6 columns we can easily discuss about the primary treatment units. The first one is removal of floating materials. Please write down. In purification affected column is removal of floating materials. Removal of floating materials. What are the removal of floating materials? Please write down. Such as dead animals, wood pieces, trees branches, rags, papers, metal containers, plastic containers, and some other large sized floating materials. And some other large sized floating materials. Okay, so these are the purification affected. And in the what are the process or unit employed in this removal of purification affected column? That are the coarse and fine screens of different designs. So these are the coarse and fine screens of different designs. These are the process or unit employed in the purification affected term. What is the efficiency of purity removal? That is 5 to 10%. So it is 5% to 10% BOD can be removed by this process, and 2% to 10% suspended and dissolved solids can be removed by this process of primary treatment. That is 2% to 10%. And how much the bacterial load can be removed? That is 10% to 20%. So please write down, this is 10% to 20%. Okay. Now, what are the residuals after this purification effect? The screenings disposed of by the burnings. So, these screenings, please write down, these screenings can be disposed of by burning. Okay, so this is the purification affected column or row for this primary treatment. Now we will discuss about removal of heavy settleable inorganic solids. So first of all we have to erase this part. So please write down the removal of heavy settleable inorganic solids. Removal of heavy settleable inorganic solids. Removal of heavy settleable inorganic solids. And in which unit actually involved in this criteria? That is grid chamber or detritus tank. So please write down grid chamber or detritus tank. And how much BOD can be removed? That is 10% to 20%. 10% to 20%. And amount of suspended or dissolved solid can be removed, that is 20% to 40%. And the bacterial load that can be removed, that is 10% to 20%. And what are the residuals? The residuals are disposed by burnings or raising low-lying area. Okay, so please write down these disposals can be disposed of by burning or lying in low area. Okay, so this is the removal of heavy set-level inorganic solids, that is number 2. And the number 3 is removal of fats and grease. So please write down the number 3, that is removal of fats and grease. Okay. Removal of fat and grease. And what are the units actually involved in this criteria? That is the flotation units and skimming tank. So please write down, that is flotation units and skimming tanks. Okay, flotation units and skimming tanks. And the percentage of removal, that is BOD, is 20% to 30%. It is little bit higher than the removal of heavy set-level inorganic solids. And the removal of suspended or dissolved solids, that is actually equal to the removal of inorganic or set-level solids, that is 20% to 40%. And the bacterial load that can be removed, that is 10% to 20%, which is also equal to the previous one. And what are the residuals? The skimming beings, unstable volatile material that are disposed of by first stabilizing them in digestion tanks by anaerobic process. So please write down skimmings being unstable volatile materials are disposed of stabilizing them by first stabilizing them and then in digestion tank by anaerobic process. In digestion tank by anaerobic process. So this is all about the primary treatment units and their functions and efficiencies. Okay. Now we will discuss about the secondary treatment units and their functions and efficiencies. Oh, but here there is another purification, that is removal of large suspended organic solids, which I have not discussed. So please discuss, and after that we will discuss about secondary treatment units. So please write down the number 4, removal of large suspended organic solids. First of all, I have to erase this, and then please write down removal of large suspended solids. Removal of large suspended solids. So number 4, removal of large suspended organic solids. Organic solids. And what is the process or actually units employed? That is plain sedimentation tank. Plain sedimentation tank or septic tanks or septic tanks or Imhoff tanks. Okay. And what is the percentage of BOD removal? That is 30% to 35%. And what is the removal of suspended and dissolved solid? That is 60% to 65%. And what is the removal of bacterial load? That is 25% to 75%. What are the disposal of residuals? That is sludge. Okay. So this is all about the primary treatment units. Now we will discuss about secondary treatment units and their functions and efficiencies. So please write down the secondary treatment units, their functions and efficiencies. So first of all is purification affected. And the second one is BOD removal in percentage. And the third one is removal of suspended solids in percentage. And the fourth one is removal of bacterial load in percentage. and the last one is disposal of residuals. Okay, so this is the table, and the thing is that the first one in purification affected column, to write down that removal of fine suspended and dissolved organic matter. That is removal of fine suspended and dissolved organic matter. Removal of fine suspended and dissolved organic matter. Now, what are the process or unit employed? So here is another column. Here, this is another column, that is process or unit employed. Okay, and this is star, which I am writing in this portion because it is a lengthy portion. So please write down what are the process or units employed. The first one is chemical flocculation and sedimentation. The first one is chemical flocculation and sedimentation, and the second one is intermittent sand filters. Intermittent sand filters, and the third one is high rated trickling filters. High rated trickling filters, and the fourth one is low rated trickling filters. Low rated trickling filters, and the fifth one is activated sludge process. This is a lengthy activated sludge process, and the sixth one is oxidation ponds. The sixth one is oxidation ponds. So by these 6 methods we can actually methods involved in the secondary treatment unit process. Now, what is the percentage of BOT removal? In 6 processes, actually, at an average, the percentage of BOT removal, that is 60% to 95%. And what is the removal of suspended solids? The removal of suspended solids at an average, that is 70% to 90%. And what is the removal of bacterial load? The removal of bacterial load at an average, that is 40% to 98%. Because filters, when you use filters, it removes the bacterial load almost with full efficiency. So it is 40% to 98%. Now, what are the disposal of residuals? So in disposal of residuals, there is sludge. So this sludge containing organic matters has to be stabilized in digestion tank before use as a manure or soil builder. Let's write down the sludge containing organic matter containing organic matter has to be stabilized in digestion tank, has to be stabilized in digestion tank before use as manure of builder. Okay, so this is all about the secondary treatment units and their functions and efficiencies. Now, in my next video, I will discuss about the typical flow chart of a sewage treatment plant. Thank you.